Hi everyone, so welcome back to our series of videos on theories of mass media. I would like to point out that I have already posted the video on consensus theory of mass media and that on of pluralism theory of mass media, which I hope has been useful to you. So in this session, we are going now to move on to the new hegemonic theory of mass media, which is targeting students sitting for A-level exam, Cambridge exams for sociology. So the new hegemonic theory of mass media focuses on the 8 functions that the mass media performs. So in this video, we are going to kind of look at 4 of them, but I'm going to proceed by listing the 8 functions of the media related to new hegemonic Marxism theory of mass media. So the first 4 that we are going to address in this lesson are the ideological role of the mass media, how the mass media reflect a variety of different opinions, and how it has also the role of absorbing critical views that may cause disruption to the stability of the social system. The fourth one is how the media contributes in maintaining the status quo. Number 5 is how the role of the mass media is to set the agenda for discussion. The next one, as highlighted by new hegemonic Marxism, is how the media has a role in steering public opinions and how it uses headlines and subheadings to kind of forge the audience interpretation in regards to various themes and events. And the eighth one is how the media enables the ruling elite to absorb, accommodate, and promote information on the basis of what we call hierarchy of trust. So these are the 8 role of the media which we are going to look at in 2 lessons. So in this first lesson, we are going to look at the first 4, that is these first 4, and in the next lesson, we are going to make up for this series of rules. So without losing any much time, let's get started. So the first role of the media, as identified and elaborated by neo-hegemonic Marxism, is its ideological role. So what does it mean? It means that it is the role of the media to bring the audiences towards what we call a political consensus. So neo-Marxism take its root in the classical Marxist, and it stays on the fact that there are different class systems, but that class system has now been more open up and has diversified, and there are many more conflicts in regards to class relationship and class interest as previously identified and elaborated by classical Marxism. So since the society itself is now very complex in terms of class relationship and class interest, so it means that there is now greater divergence in values, and the role of the mass media, according to neo-hegemonic, is to bring back that whole lot of diversity towards some form of political agreement. And this political agreement is heavily and rooted in core values. So the role of the mass media is to act as that ideological force to bring people, to bring its audience, to bring that diverse audience towards political consensus and towards a political core values. Now, what is very important and what you should understand is that whenever we use the term ideological role, we are in fact putting the spotlight on the secondary socialization role of mass media. And for neo-hegemonic, the mass media acts as a secondary socialization force to ideologically socialize people in terms of a set of core values and bringing people towards a consensus about values that are shared across all classes and across all interests. So the ideological role of mass media is associated with its secondary socialization role, which is to bring back the whole diverse audience towards some set of core values. So that's for the first role. The second role of the mass media is to give a platform to the audiences to voice out their opinions. So you will have a diverse audiences being exposed to especially the new media, and it provides that diverse audiences with a platform to kind of voice out their different opinions, and it cut across all the classes. C'est pas comme si c'est les opinions des upper class qui prend l'ampleur et que les autres classes sociaux n'ont pas leur place, ne peuvent pas dire leur opinion. Non, ce n'est plus le cas. Contrairement à ce que les classiques marxistes disent. Pour les néo-marxistes, toutes les classes sociaux ont leur mot à dire et ont un plateforme to voice out their opinions, because with the upcoming of new media, so it is accessible to all. So the role of the media now is to reflect a variety of different opinions. And being able to voice out means that the media provide the audiences of coming from working class, coming from middle class, to kind of voice out their frustrations, their critical views about the ruling elite. And the fact that they have that platform to voice out, the mass media acts as that safety valve and absorb those critical views, so that these critical views does not turn into concrete action and causes political engagement which will threaten the society. So the mass media provides the platform for people to voice out their frustration, to voice out their anxieties, to voice out their views about the ruling elite. And the fact that they can express themselves on the mass media, in the media absorb that frustrations and soothe the audience, so that the audience do not get into a rebellion against the social system, that is against the class system. So it kind of bring back the social order functions. It kind of de-escalate the frustration of people and provide them with a platform to voice out their frustration, and thus the mass media acts as a safety valve. The last one that we will look at in this lesson is that it maintains status quo and it police and protect core values. So when an institution such as mass media has an ideological role promoting and socializing in terms of core values, so the mass media acts as an institution which maintains status quo, which prevents any form of social instability in society by acting as the safety valve that we have just seen. So it prevents people from involving in political engagement and rebelling against the system, and it socializes the mass about core values that they have to abide by, and thus the mass media by its socialization role and by its the safety valve role, it kind of maintains status quo. It maintains society is in a static state where everybody kind of comes towards those core values. So this is how the mass media kind of maintain the social system intact. It promotes socialization and consensus around core values, and it prevents people, especially from the working class, to engage in rebelling acts in rebellion against the class system. Therefore, the class system remains intact and the society remains in a state of control. So this is it for this lesson. So we have looked at the four first main function of the media as put forward by neo-hegemonic Marxists. So I invite you to join the next lesson, lesson number 2, part 2 on neo-hegemonic Marxist theory of mass media, to get hold on the other remaining four functions of the mass media. So I pen off here. I hope that this video has been useful to you, and looking forward to see you in the next lesson. Thank you.